Hi. Okay, so my brother's plane is delayed and it's going to be here in about 30 minutes. And I am like 10 minutes from the airport. The problem is I'm not familiar with this terminal. So I don't know how to get to that one. C36. Okay, so C36, C36. Because when you get to the this terminal, the one and only thing that I know about it is that it has a like a split, like a sudden split. So it'll tell you like, you know, these gates go up here, those gates go down here, but it doesn't warn you until it's time to make the change. So although I have about 30 minutes, this says I'll be there in 20. The airport is like 10 minutes from here, like 10, 11 minutes. But that terminal is so this terminal is different than the one that I go to all the time. So I'm not really even sure how to get there. And the only thing I know about it is that it has that split, like that sudden split. And the only reason I know that is because the last time he came in through that airline, I got lost and I ended up going to the wrong side. Oh, it was such a hot mess. It was such a hot mess. Oh, but you told me to go that way.
Turn left onto Cheeks Farger Road.
Okay. It told me to go that way. Now it's telling me that I went the wrong way. Oh well. This is offline, but it says that it's 15 minutes instead of the other way that's supposed to be 20 minutes, but it's offline, so I have no idea if it's updated or not, but we'll see. Anyhow, so you guys, I know that I've talked about this before. In the past, because it is no longer a part of my...
At the light, turn left onto Cheeks Farger Road.
It is no longer a part of my journey. It was a big hindrance to me for many, 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 many years, but it is no longer a part of this journey. Thank you, Lord Jesus, because I wouldn't be where I am right now if this was still a part of my journey, okay? But I'm going to explain to you what happened today. I was having some back pain. And I know it's likely due to the weather. I know I've said this before. I have been told that I have scoliosis of the lower back, arthritic deterioration in the lower spine, spurs in my lower spine, 2 slip discs forward, 2 slip discs back. Yeah. So there was a time where I was having a lot of flare-ups with my back, but since I have been on this journey with Mounjaro, I have had very little flare-ups. Maybe I would say all combined about a month's worth of back issues, right? And it's been like 7 or 8 months, and that's amazing to me. And I had never, ever, ever gone that long without having like severe back pain. But also, I wasn't having, because back in the day, prior to starting the Depo-Provera, I had always got excruciating back pain when I was on my period. And you guys know that I bled for 6 straight months, and in the past that would have been excruciating pain the entire time, not just in my back, but mostly my back. My back would be like, I would not be able to have stood up straight, but I'd also have really bad cramps and really bad like leg pains and just issues, right? Just issues. And since starting the Depo, the back pain associated with my period was no longer an issue. Neither was the severe cramping or, you know, any of the severe pains that I once would get with, you know, my periods. They were all gone with the Depo and the IUD. because you remember I had the depot and then we had to switch to the IUD because my period just wouldn't stop. So we were just trying the IUD to see if that would help. We all know neither did. But anyways, so I have had very little back pain since then. Very little, like when I say I have back pain, like to the point where I cannot get out of bed. I cannot move on my own at all. I need help getting in and out of bed. I need help getting on and off, like a seated position for very long. And it may not always have to be a person to help me, just like support from like my bed frame or the door handle or the wall or something. I need support. I need assistance, right? I need something to help me like put my weight onto so that I can get up and down, because I couldn't do it by myself because of the excruciating pain, and I could not stand up straight. However, I have not had that issue since starting Mounjaro. Praise God. It's only been all combined about a month's worth in you know, these 7-8 months. And I take that as a blessing, and I take that as a win. However, today my back is really, really hurting, or was really, really hurting. So I asked David, hey, can you do me a favor? Because yes, I can do it myself, but I wanted him to not just apply the magnesium oil. I wanted him to like kind of massage it because it was hurting so bad. And I knew I had to get in the car and drive to pick up my brother. And I didn't know if I would be able to do that with the amount of pain that I was having. So he was like, yeah. So, you know, I go over there, and it's my lower back, so I can't just have my pants all the way up. So I pulled my top of my pants down, just, you know, around, just a little bit further down. Like I didn't get, you know, I didn't take them off or nothing, because I was going to have to put them back on to go. Otherwise I would have taken my pants off and just, you know, pulled my underwear far enough down so where he can apply the oil to the back of my spine that was in pain, right? And as he's doing that, I noticed his hand was on my hip, right? So he can like, because he was massaging it in like roughly, not like in a painful way. Like he was trying to like massage. He was trying to like work the tension out. So it was, you know, with some pressure, right? And as he's doing that, it's like pushing me forward. So he grabbed my waist or my hip or whatever to like kind of help steady me. And as he's doing that, I felt like it felt different. Like his hand on me felt different than I'd ever felt from anybody before, you know, and not like in any way other than it just, I don't know, I can't explain it. It just like felt, I don't know how to explain it. But as I'm thinking this, right, he tells me, wow, you have lost so much weight. And he tells me this, you know, often lately. He's never really said anything prior until recently, but he was like, man, you have lost so much weight. I can feel it. Like I could feel your waist. And maybe that's what he meant, because he was actually touching me in a position that he had never really touched me in, because I had fat there, like, you know, blocking that spot or something. I don't know. It's the only thing that I could really think of that made it feel different to me and made it feel different enough to him where he commented, you know? And he was like, you have lost so much weight. Like he's like, you are getting so skinny. And I'm still 300 pounds. Okay. He's like, you are getting so skinny. He's like, I could feel your waist. Like, and as he's telling me, he's like, and as he's touching me, I noticed the difference. And I knew that I felt the difference before he even said anything. I just didn't realize what I was feeling different, you know? And I was like, huh. And I know I in a walking video not too long ago, I remember telling you guys that when I put my hands on my waist, it felt different. Like I knew that my waist was, I don't know how to explain it. Like maybe it was opening up because the fat was going in and I could feel like different, I don't know. I don't know the reasoning behind it. It's just my thoughts, right? These are just my thoughts. And he was telling me these things, and I will say this, prior to this journey that I am on right now, past journeys other times in my life where I have lost a significant amount of weight, that comment would have sent me into a spiral. It would have sent me into a panic. It would have given me a panic attack. It would have made me feel scared. It would have made me feel anxious. And I would have wanted to do anything to change that. I don't like the way that feels, or I have never liked the way it feels for people to say things like that to me. And it freaks me out. And 100% it will make me begin to backtrack on my journey. It would have, no longer will it do that, but it would have made me completely change what I was doing. I would have stopped what I would have really lost my mind, like for real. And I would have, today would have been the last day of this weight loss journey, and I know that. Today would have been what began the end of this journey, and I know that. However, it is not going to be the end of this journey for me this time around. This time is different. This time has changed. Something in my mind has changed. Something in my heart has changed. Something in my body has changed. Something has changed. And no matter what, no one is going to tell me that I'm going to revert back, because I know that I'm not. I know that something has changed in me. And I know that even before this happened, but this confirmed it for me, because I'm not kidding. It would have flipped me out. I would have been, and I know a lot of people can understand that, and that's okay. But I'm terrified, or I have been terrified in the past, I'm entering the airport terminal property, and the only time in my entire life that I've ever seen an airport that charges you to just go into the airport. DFW does that. I've never seen that before. But anyways, so I don't like attention. I don't like to be noticed. I don't like compliments. I don't like... Okay, wait, hold on. I have never been okay with somebody giving me compliments, with somebody making comments about my weight, with somebody making comments about my weight loss, with somebody making comments about my body in positive or negative way, does not matter. I have never been okay with those things in the past. I would have seriously had a mental breakdown. And I would have self-sabotaged, period. Because I always found this body, my weight, to be the invisibility cloak that I needed to stay out of attention, to keep attention away from me, especially from men. It would have made me feel very scared that the next comment I would have gotten would have been from a strange man. And I don't mean that men are strange. I mean a stranger to me, a stranger man. You know what I mean? A man who I don't know. And that would have scared me. And it would have scared me so bad that I would have not been able to continue this journey in the past. However, today, I listened to him, and I told him, because he was like, man, you've lost so much weight. And I was like, that's the goal. That's the plan. That's the process, right? This is the journey that I'm on, and I'm happy about that. However, after he said that to me, I turned around and although it was hard, I told him thank you for noticing, and pretended, like I didn't want to talk about it really, because I was afraid that it would still affect me even if it was like a little bit later, you know? I was afraid that it would affect me later. And so I said, thank you. And I walked away. You know, I went to go put the magnesium back. I was letting the magnesium oil dry on my back before I can pull my underwear and my pants all the way back up. And when I went to the bathroom to put that away, I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, Delilah, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. This isn't gonna affect you in the way that it has in the past. You are not gonna let this be the end of your journey. You are going to take it for what it is.
Use the middle lane to keep right.
And you are going to continue on. And you are going to fight through this. You are going to fight through this because you need to live. And if you don't, you are not going to live much longer. And I know that.
Use the second from the left lane to turn slightly left.
But it was so scary to me before. And I wouldn't have been able to handle it before. I would have really been like, okay,
Keep right.
I can do this. But this time,
600 feet, you will
it's
arrive
different. It has to be different. And I believe with all of my heart it is. And part of that is because of you. I wouldn't be able to do this journey on my own. And the strength and the support and the encouragement that you guys give me is helping me in ways I can't even explain to you. And I just want to thank you so much for giving so graciously
You have arrived.
your time, your attention, your support. Because I promise you, in the past, I wouldn't have had what you guys give me. And I would have figured out a way. I would have figured out a way to revert back to my old ways. And I would have figured out a way to make an excuse that my mind's safety and my past trauma and experiences were more important than my life. And I would have said, what difference does it make if I die early or not? Because I'm terrified of that kind of attention from people. But you guys have helped me. You guys have helped me to not feel that way anymore. And although I do still have some of that, like, resistance and some of that, like, fear, it is nowhere near where it once was. And thank you. Truly. Truly. So, I want to give you your digital hugs. And I want to say thank you. You guys already know. I want to hear all about your journey. I want to hear all about your week. Go ahead and drop a hand heart emoji in the comments down below. Let me know you got this far. And again, I just want to say thank you. Truly, thank you. I'll see you guys soon.